That's crazy about David Seaman.
The Seaman Show.
Welcome to the Sheriff Show. I had to check the name there. I don't know if to go with Killian Sheridan presents the Sheriff Show or just the Sheriff Show. But I'm back from my podcast hiatus. So I'm going to be a bit rusty. Bear with me. Why am I back in the podcast game? I've written down my reasons because the reason I stopped, first of all, was because everyone was doing them. And I'm kind of like, I tried to be too cool about things and say, well, if everyone's doing it, I'm not going to do it because I'm better than that. And I've been proved wrong. I'm not better than everyone else doing podcasts. And I've got left behind since. If I had stuck with it, I think it would have been massive now. So we're back on the podcast train. I also got the feeling during lockdown that everyone started doing podcasts. Became almost like a new social media for people, that everyone had a podcast, almost like an extension of their Twitter or their Instagram. And I tried during lockdown, I tried to do Zoom podcasts with some friends, and I got 2 episodes in.
Right.
Called Sheriff on Toast. The idea was to have breakfast with people over Zoom. And they say the one thing is, like, don't eat on camera. And it proved right to why it didn't take off. Yeah. So I tried that with, I had Cy Ferry on the first one, and then I had my friends Theo Devine. And after the 2 of them, I was just like, yeah, I can kind of see now why it's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Eating on camera is just not.
It's not, is it?
It doesn't work.
Especially toast.
And both times I had toast. I think I had beans on toast or something. But like,
what did Cy have? Like,
no, Cy gave it a go. Pops? No, he gave it a go. He had maybe I think he had avocado on toast, or no? Do you know what he had? Did he have poached eggs and maybe avocado or something? Right, and then I've turned up like with beans on toast, like bit of a letdown. So I'm going. There won't be any breakfast eating on the Sheriff Show, if that's going to be the name of it. Open to suggestions. Right. Why am I doing the podcast? My goal for this podcast is to make money. Patreon. I'm only doing this with the goal of building up enough people and then taking it private. But cost of living crisis has come at the worst time for me. So I'm gonna provide it for free for now.
Man of the people.
So, I'm gonna take the hit for everyone and give up lucrative subscriptions until it gets good enough, basically. So be careful if you support this podcast, you're supporting your own downfall of having to go and pay for it. So it's gonna end up being Patreon and merch. I'll probably make some merch as well. That'll be a money spinner. It'll be all ethically sourced though. Won't be.
How so?
I mean, there won't be any sweatshops involved.
Right.
Are
you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I've got to stay a man of the people now. Yeah. So enjoy it while it's free. Enjoy it while you can. Also, today's episode was brought to you by. I was trying to think of a made-up name there for a business,
for a sponsor,
to prove how well a sponsor would work here. And then I wanted everyone to be like, "Oh, I wonder what that is." But I froze. Right, That's the goal. That's the goal for the podcast, is to make money.
I think that's why everybody gets into it, but nobody really says that. So I admire the honesty.
I want it to be known from the jump, from the start.
Usually people go the opposite direction. They'll be like, I'm not wanting to make money for this. Want to give people a platform to speak and tell their story. Everybody wants to make money for their fucking podcast.
My loyal podcast listeners know this from Mr. Sherry. That was my previous podcast before Sheriff on Toast.
Right. So we're on the third.
This is actually my third stint at podcasting. Although Sheriff on Toast wasn't so much a podcast, more of a casual. I was going to say a casual breakfast get together, but cry for help. A COVID crisis. The first one was Mr. Sherry, and then I've just realized all the subscribers I had. Oh, I say all the subscribers I had. The subscribers that I had to that, I don't think will get notified about this one, because the hosting site that I used to put it up on iTunes and stuff was, I just stopped doing that podcast, and I was like, right, I'm done with that. Completed it.
Right.
And then
completed the podcast game. How many episodes was there?
Did I do 50?
Oh,
I don't
did
think
you?
I've done 50. Yeah.
Right, that's good though.
Did I do? No, I don't think I've done 50. It's easily found out, but I don't think I've done 50.
Right.
But anyway, this site that I was using to host it, to put it up, because I stopped putting up podcasts, I was like, I'm not going to pay them anymore. I'm just going to stop. I think maybe my card or something changed.
Right.
That's my excuse.
So they couldn't take payments anymore.
Covering myself legally. And then I went on to cancel it.
Right.
Ages ago, because I was like, right, if I want to put up another episode, I'm going to need to do something about my payment. But I think I've made up such a backlog of, that's like 5 years or something. So I don't want to go and try and do a new podcast using that old account, and then it's going to be like, you owe 5 years of.
I don't think they would. I don't think. Surely they're not in a contract like that where they could be like, this is getting sent to a debt collection agency. Mr. Sherry.
Mr. Sherry. How many episodes was it?
There's 9. Oh no, wait now. That's the highlights. 2. Oh, that's season 2. Yeah, there's 48 and they're still there. Which is weird, because I thought if you'd stop paying the hosting, they would go away.
Well, I thought they would have just cancelled it, but I don't know. Check out Mr. Sherry. Although I don't want that to get too popular and then they come knocking on my door. Where's my money? I need to tread lightly, tread carefully. That's the saying, isn't it?
Acast will come looking for you. Take your house off you for the hosting backlog that you owe them.
Yeah, so I need to find out some way to get word to those subscribers. Or else I'm starting from the bottom now. Starting from the bottom again.
Mm-hmm.
Although no, the people on YouTube will get it.
You get the same YouTube channel and stuff like that. Login.
Yeah. So
this is the one of the bugbears in my existence is that people come in. I want to start a podcast, and I thought, I had another one. It's all on YouTube. We should log in. Don't know.
Nah, that doesn't happen here. Not a pro podcaster like myself. This is my third. This my third stint.
Yeah.
This is
old hat at this now.
Child's play.
Yeah.
The other thing was, what will this podcast be about is kind of still undecided, which kind of it's a good indication of, I think, how this podcast will be a bit unplanned, right. Underprepared. It will be. I don't want to come on and talk about football too much, because something that it doesn't. I'm going to say it annoys me, but it doesn't really annoy me. So I don't want people to feel bad who this is going to apply to. When other people ask me to go on their podcast or do interviews, and I like their podcast or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be fun to go and be a part of, to join in, to sit in on it. And then I go and it turns into a football interview.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'll go along with it and do it brilliantly. But
yeah, of course,
I'm
because
kind of like,
you're a pro.
I just wanted to come on and like,
yeah,
showcase my podcasting abilities.
Showcase your glowing personality.
Yeah.
Rather
then I'm going down the road of my career.
Yeah. Did that happen with Riley?
Yeah.
On Riley's gaff?
Yeah.
Right. They've got a good podcast.
No, I like that.
They've got a very good podcast.
That's what I mean. I liked it, and I was like, oh yeah, look, it looks like a good laugh to go on. So then anyone coming on to this podcast in future, if you're watching this, you can come on and just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Showcase yourself. There won't be any hard-hitting journalism done here. Just let them on and express themselves. A bit like Kanye West is doing right now.
Yeah.
And see, we'll keep it topical as well here.
Yeah.
I'm going to steer clear of politics. Okay, guys?
No politics, please.
I'm not dipping my toe into anything.
Do you think, like...
That's semi-awkward 2 minutes there.
I mean, do you don't think the Kardashians have got such a great track record when it comes to men? Like, they seem to chew them up and spit them out. They just seem to, like, these men just, like, go in, become boyfriend, and then the next minute they're, like, so fucked up.
Yeah, there is a recurring theme there.
Would it stop you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't stop me.
Huh? Chris Humphrey's done all right.
Who's he?
See, he's the one that got away. He's the one that got away.
Okay. Was one of them no A-Rod?
No,
that's
J-Lo.
Was it J-Lo?
J-Lo,
right,
yeah.
okay. It's just the bum.
Yeah.
The big bum now, scope me. All right.
The original.
And best, let's be honest. She's still caviar.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk about football, but I feel like a lot of people will ask. Loads of people ask me, where am I now? Or what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time I feel like they know. Like, I feel like they're sometimes just asking the question to... I don't know why. I don't know why.
Wind you up.
Or maybe I think... I'm pretty sure you would have known that. But so for everyone watching, I'm at Dundee now. I've moved there last July. I was injured. I've been injured I was injured there for about 11 months with an Achilles. Ruptured my Achilles. My first long-term injury. And actually, at the start of the injury, I was like, right, I'm going to like start doing stuff now. I'll get a podcast back up and running. And then I finally, 11 months later, when I'm not injured, I'm back into a normal training schedule.
And you finally got around to doing it.
And I've finally gotten around to doing it. And on top of all that, I've come in totally unprepared. Doing fucking notes app 5 minutes before this. Can only get better, eh?
Yeah. Maybe 5-10 minutes worth of prep instead of 3 next time.
Yeah. Well, I did say to you, my plan was to get the train down and do it on the train. I find trains to be the most productive vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
If I have something to do, I'd rather go somewhere on the train and get it done there. It's the only, because if I'm just sitting about at home, I'll do nothing. And then today was, didn't end up getting the train, had to drive. And then what did I do? Drove down, got here actually, see, just before I came in here, and I got a coffee and a tatty scone.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only recently started calling it a tatty scone, a totty scone.
Right.
Totty scone?
Totty scone.
Totty scone. And the dogs are in the car. So I had to leave them, and Jodie brought them home. When I went in, she was like, "Oh, can you just get them a sausage or something?" Because didn't have time to give them food this morning. So I went in and got, just asked for a sausage. Now when I saw her put them on, there was the square ones.
Mm-hmm.
So when I brought them out into the car, and I don't know why I've said this, but I said, "Oh, they didn't have normal sausages, so I just had to get 2 Lorne sausages."
Right.
And so you're kind of laughing now. Jodie was like, "What did you just say?" I said, Lorne sausages.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when the fuck have you ever started calling them
A
Lorne sausage?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what I heard someone say it maybe a week ago or something. And I don't know why that came out of my mouth.
Total brain fart.
A Lorne sausage, yeah. So
these get totty scones in Ireland. Potato cakes.
I'm sure potato bread.
Right, potato bread.
I'm sure that's what it's called.
Right. I've heard them called potato cakes.
Potato bread, I'm sure.
Right.
And then it's only until, I'm going to say, a month or 2 months ago where I've started to actually give in and call it a totty scone.
Totty scone.
Because I know sometimes if I go up and say, "Can I have a potato scone?"
Oh,
What?
Really? Is that in Dundee?
What? I live in Perth.
Right.
Beautiful Perthshire.
I was in Perth last week.
Yeah.
Went to a wee log cabin thing somewhere.
Ah, okay, nice.
No Wi-Fi, which was weird.
Yeah.
For like 3 days, no mobile data, no Wi-Fi.
I was going to say, yeah, but it's 4G.
No, nothing. But Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Ended up fucking having to talk to my girlfriend.
Well, if there's anywhere to go without Wi-Fi, it's Perth.
How come?
Perthshire, beautiful part of the country.
Oh, right.
Since I joined Dundee and like new guys come, I keep saying to them like, "Have you looked in Perth?" I keep trying to recruit people to come and live in Perth.
You'll be like on a billboard, like, "Come and live in Perth," like the celebrity advocate for coming and staying in Perth.
Episode 2 is going to be sponsored by Perth and Kinross Tourism Board. Do you know what? It's probably a bad selling point. It was in Perth where I heard Lorne sausage.
What? Oh,
sorry, I've only got a Lorne sausage.
Aye.
I remember it now. The woman said, the lady said, "I've only got Lorne sausages. Is that okay?" And I was like, "What's that?" And then I saw it was the square sausage. So I was like, that's what they're called. So I tried to put it into action there.
Mm-hmm.
Backfired.
Aye. You hear people saying square slice as well, and you're like, "What are you talking about, man? It's just a square sausage."
I think they're disgusting.
Oh, do you?
Either way, disgusting.
I love a square sausage.
Disgusting. I'm vegan, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. So
Is that why you're the rolling totty scone? I was thinking, like,
yeah.
why the fuck would somebody have a rolling totty scone?
Yeah.
No egg.
Yeah.
So you're vegan?
And I got it just from around the corner. Shop local.
But so vegan, what made that?
I done it about, could be 5 or 6 years ago now. I just wanted to try it, see what it was like.
Right.
And I loved meat. I loved like steaks, everything. And then one day I said, "I'll want to see what it's like." I heard someone was doing an interview and talking about it. And for some reason I was just like, I'm going to try that. And then done it one pre-season, my energy felt the best it ever felt. And then I've just kept going, kept doing it.
Fair enough.
I've found it's harder here because, see, there's so many meat replacements.
Uh-huh.
So like, see, fast food now, you can get vegan stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're lazy, you end up just getting it like something, a ready-made vegan thing or something like that. Whereas before I had to always
like cook
and make good food and eat good food. So like if I get into a slump, and start being lazy with it, I'll find myself like not feeling shit, but I'll find myself like eating bad. Whereas where I've been abroad and there's not as easy to get vegan food, I'm like
eating like vegetables.
I have to eat vegetables.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because a lot of people do the vegan thing for health, but now they're all like, yes, sausage roll and McPlant. And you're like, I don't know if that's healthy. Like, I don't know.
No.
You know what I mean?
Terrible.
They're terrible for you.
It's still really bad food. Like you can be vegan and
unhealthy,
be just as unhealthy.
Yeah.
So I say I'm vegan, but I'll eat fish and I'll have. One thing I've started doing is I've started just having normal, real butter, not like the one that you buy in a block that ruins your bread. You know, the
Lurpak,
like a Lurpak, yeah,
like in the foil.
That's in the foil, yeah. Because I find it's probably better for you than a vegan spread because it'll have so much
for health reasons and stuff like that. Right?
It's not real. It's not real food. So,
but you eat fish.
Yeah.
So what's that? Pescatarian.
I say vegan because it's easy to say to people rather than, oh, what are you? And I go, oh well, I don't know what I am. There isn't really a title for it.
If you went to a restaurant and there were like any dietary requirements and you're like pescatarian, or like, is that a religion or something? That doesn't sound like a fucking...
And I try not to eat dairy and stuff, so I'm like, so I just say I'm a vegan, but I'm not really.
Vegan adjacent.
I say it just to fit in.
I've been intrigued by it, but I've never tried it.
No.
It
does get a lot of stick. I mean, I get a lot of stick for it.
Do you, like within sort of football and stuff in the changing room and shit?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, see, when I was when I moved to Poland, so when I first went there, was doing really good, scoring, playing good, and then I remember doing an interview and like. The person was asking me about, because I was doing yoga at the time as well, and they were talking about like the benefits of yoga, being vegan, and it was kind of like, because I'm doing good, my lifestyle and everything must be a contributing factor to it. So it was like, that's part of the reason I was doing good or something along those lines. And then the next season, I went through a bad patch of not scoring, but still, like, I felt like I was playing okay, but just wasn't scoring. And the president got in touch, and I got a call from my agent, and he was like, "Look, I'm just letting you know. I'm not telling you to do anything here, but I'm just letting you know. Your president, the president has mentioned, can we get you to start eating meat again?"
Oh, fucking kidding on!
That's it.
Wow,
because I wasn't scoring. When it was literally about 4 or 5 months previous, it was like, oh, it's because of this diet I'm
doing well.
Doing well, yeah. Mad.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Must be weird having people like comment on your diet and.
Well,
you know what I mean.
It is, and that's why I'd normally never
talk about it.
I don't really say it, yeah. And then I try not to. See, like if I'm out getting food with people, and then sometimes I might have to be awkward and say, "Oh, can I get that without something?" Or and then they're like, "Why do you not eat meat or something? Are you vegetarian?" And then I just have to be like, "Yeah," and I just say I'm vegetarian, and then something else will come along, and they're like, and I'm like, "Oh no, I don't eat that either." And like, "What? You're vegan?" So it's like, first of all, the first thing is like, "Oh, you're vegetarian," and then it'll go on, and I'll be like, they'll find out I'm vegan, and they're like, "Oh, you're vegan?" Like the first level was vegetarian, and then the next one was being vegan.
I think vegan's the only diet that's political as well.
Well, look, I'm staying out of any politics. Like, I've been over this.
It's a very left-wing diet that you've got there.
Do you know what?
That's a strange thing.
I've just fucked myself because, humble brag, but when I was in New Zealand and Australia, I was in GQ Australia,
Really? Right.
as a vegan athlete. A featured vegan athlete, so
Wow. Who did you play for out in Australia?
the gig's up. I was at Wellington Phoenix,
Right. And when was that?
who geography buffs will know is in New Zealand.
Right, but they play in the
But they
Australian
play in
league.
the A League,
Right,
yeah.
like
So that's why I always have to say New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, right.
So although I moved to New Zealand, it was actually in Australia.
You were playing in the A
Playing
League
in Australia,
right?
Yeah.
What was it like living in
Like Cardiff and Swansea.
What was it like living in? Wrexham, Cardiff, Swansea, and they go because there's like the 3 pro teams
Yeah.
in Wales.
Yeah.
New Zealand's a beautiful, beautiful place.
It is, but I only saw Wellington. I only saw Wellington and Auckland a little bit for a game,
right.
and then everything in Australia I only saw cities we'd go and play in, so I didn't really get to tour it. I got to see all the different cities, but not. This has ended up a football interview.
Fuck. I was going to ask,
what's
more beautiful, Perth or New Zealand? That was my next question.
Well, went over to Perth in Australia, and that gave me the taste of living in a Perth. And I was like, this is just to say I live in Perth.
Get to the OG Perth.
Yeah.
Perth, Scotland.
I was planning on not disclosing my location.
Oh well. Do you want me to bleep it?
No, I'm joking. That's what happens when I don't come in prepared, really, isn't it?
That's it.
Waffling.
Spew shite.
Yeah, I feel like I'll just continue to waffle here. So wrap it up. I'll wrap this up with I don't know how much of that episode is going to be cut or edited out. It was a good. I don't want people to gauge that episode on what it's going to be like. I'll be more prepared. I'll have a bit more structure. Hopefully I'll find a way of reaching out to my old subscribers on iTunes, and they'll know what they get, and maybe they can tell my new listeners and viewers that he's not always like this. He's a good lad. He's a good guy. He's a good podcaster normally. And yeah, so episode 2 will be a bit more. I'll
formulated.
I'll be more prepared. Yeah, and we'll get to grips with the name and other stuff. I'll do a bit of marketing on it. I should have said something really controversial to get a bit of publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll no, Man of the People. I forgot about that. I'll do it organically. So episode 2. Oh, I don't know. The other thing is probably weekly. A day to release. I don't know. Maybe a Monday. Start people's week off with a bit of. What better way to start your week off than listening to something totally unplanned and chaotic, and some people might say shit, but
some people might say brilliant.
If it puts a smile on people's faces on a Monday morning, afternoon, or evening, or people who don't listen to it until the Tuesday or any day of the week, you can listen to this. That's the beauty of it. And I didn't mention anything too topical. So I think this could be timeless. This could be
I think Kanye's always going to be mental.
This could go down as a timeless episode. So the Sheriff Show episode 1 is in the can. I forgot to say. No, I'm going to make a promise to everyone. I will never ask them in a video to subscribe, like, and comment. I will never.
Never.
I will never say that.
Okay.
I will never say, please subscribe, smash the like button, and leave a comment. Ever. I hate it.
Okay.
Hate it. Still have time.
Yeah.
Hate it. I hate that. That's set me off.
Why?
See when people do videos and they say, like, I like to watch a lot of golf videos on YouTube,
Right.
and golf ones are a good example. They'll be like, do you think, or it's not golf ones, any videos that they ask the audience a question and then say, leave what you think in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it doesn't, like, the person who's doing the video it's not like a live video where they're going to stop, read the comments, and then be like, oh, you thought that. Well,
yeah.
This is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They just ask pointless questions. And then I know it's to do with the algorithm.
It's engagement. Aye.
Yeah.
They'll try to engage their audience.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to ask that. But I realise I might now need it.
Just say every week, listen, guys, I'm not going to ask you to
psychology.
like, subscribe.
Don't do it. It would just, it would destroy me if you'd done it.
Yeah. One of mine's is click the link in the bio and people just randomly point their finger in the air.
Click the link in the bio, yeah.
And you're like...
I'll just cover all bases.
Yeah.
Click here. Do you know what? I was thinking in future ones, because this is going to be a place where people can come and just hang out with me. That's what I should have said at the top of it. And it could be stuff that I like, stuff that I think. So I was thinking, see if I was watching funny videos and stuff during the week,
mm-hmm.
and then I come here and like, oh, saw this, and then kind of share the stuff that I like with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Could we do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then would we be able to put clips of the video up while I'm watching them?
Yeah.
I saw a clip yesterday from I don't know if you saw it, the Kilmarnock and Dundee United game the other night. As they were walking, the cup game, as they were walking out Kilmarnock's the little tunnel to come out.
Yeah.
And as the players are walking out, the Dundee United come out first, and there's a little kid with goalkeeper gloves on, or maybe just one glove on. We only see one hand, so I'm just guessing he has two gloves on. I don't know.
Right.
Totally irrelevant.
Michael Jackson.
Anyway, he's got a goalkeeper glove on, and as the players are walking out, he's like 11. He's slapping them on the head as they're walking out with this big goalkeeper glove. And like a few of them kind of try and palm him away. I think Tony Watt might like try and palm him away.
Right.
And then whoever's the very last to come out just kind of like stops and kind of gives him a look as if like, the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
It's so funny. And the fact he's about 11 and that's his humour.
That's brilliant.
So see if I'm talking about something, then we afterwards put the video in?
Yeah, so that video of the Dundee United and Kilmarnock, if you send me a screen recording of that, I'll fire it in so that people can see what you're talking about while you were mentioning that there. We can do the first segment of that.
Here,
this episode.
Episode 1 could have been so much better if I started off with that. Anyway, right. So that should give people a little teaser for episode 2. If you're still with me at this stage of it. So thanks for watching, tuning in. Remember, don't like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you all for episode 2.